Hey man, I'm up here at Flatout Motorsports, northeast side of Indianapolis. I'm getting ready to test ride a 2018 Indian Roadmaster. Haven't been on one of these before, so I'm pretty excited. It's a big one. Yeah, very big bike. I like that. Very nice. Obvious it's an Indian. You can always spot an Indian a mile away. I love it. I like it a lot. Appearance-wise, it looks really nice. It's obviously it's a full dresser, so it looks like a full dresser. I believe I have a widescreen TV in here to watch while I'm riding down the road. That's always nice. But yeah, man, beautiful bike. I love the seat. Love the way the seat's made. Appearance-wise, I like it a lot. Just kind of has more of a streamlined look to it. The way the saddlebags go, the way the tour trunk. I mean, even your lowers on the bottom there, it's all just got a really nice flow to it. So let's see if I can get on this thing here. Man, this is pretty nice. I may have to find me a pretty lady to ride with me on this one. Feels good. Sits nice. It sits, you know, I'm plenty flat-footed on it. It's you know, it's a beefy bike, don't get me wrong. There's some weight to this motorcycle right here, but as you know, when you're riding a motorcycle, weight can be your friend. It'll do all the work for you with the motor and stuff, so it's pretty nice. Let's go take her out on the road, see how she works. Tell you one thing I love about these new Indians is the oversized foot boards. These running boards down here are just nice. I wear a size 12, so there's tons of room for my feet. Acceleration. I've always praised the Indians for their transmissions, very smooth. As I mentioned when I first got on it, you know, you can definitely feel some weight. It's a beefy bike when you pick it up off the kickstand. But boy, when you get going though, it just rides nice and smooth. I've always said weight will be your best friend. I believe this has a 111 motor on it, so it's got plenty of power. The bike sits you up. I feel like I'm sitting a little higher than say like on my Road King that I ride. I feel like I sit a little taller in the saddle here. Definitely give it 2 thumbs up. That right there is a nice ride. All right, Vince, first off, thank you so much for letting me ride this bike. This is a lot of motorcycle. First thing I noticed when I got on it, a lot of bike, picking it up off the stand, a lot of bike. And man, when I took off out of here and started riding, I always say the weight of a motorcycle can be your best friend. This motor is big.
It is.
It's got lots of power, and I'll tell you what, man, when you get going, the ride was smooth as silk. I would have to say an A+ on the suspension on this thing, because I took it on some pretty rough roads out there, and now I took it easy on it. Don't get me wrong, I took it easy, but still, on those rough roads, it was like, my gosh, compared to the bike I ride, it's day and night. So please, tell me a little bit about the specs on this bike
Well,
right here.
well, first of all, to touch on what you said, it is the Roadmaster. I mean, it's meant for the long haul. And to be comfortable doing it. The Thunderstroke 111 motor, which is the heart of all of our big Indian motorcycles, is 119 foot-pounds of torque. Way down low, all the power you need. You know, for horsepower, they kind of just mentioned sufficient. I think it's like Bentley, you know what I mean? But no, I mean, that's what they designed it around. They knew what these kind of riders are going to be using it for. Another time you'll notice that torque, I don't think you get on the highway, but downshifting's not needed. I mean, even in 6th gear, you just roll on and you just pull and go where you're going to go. They really want to make it an effortless cruise for this big bike. And it is heavy, there's a lot of heft to it, but what I notice is that as soon as your feet come off the ground, you don't notice it.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's lots of wind protection on the Roadmaster. The lowers have vents open and closed. That's pretty standard. The power windshield, you can adjust it wherever you want for the ride. Sometimes on a hotter day, I'll put it down to get some of my face, but then when I get on the interstate, I'll crank it all the way up and get in the pocket. You know,
I did play with that feature while I was riding, and it makes a big difference. You wouldn't think bringing a windshield up an extra however many inches it comes up, you wouldn't think it'd make that big of a difference, but it changed everything.
It does. Especially, this bike's got a lot of tech to it, and too much to go into right now, because I just wanted to really get you out on the ride and appreciate what the motorcycle feels like. The other niceties, all the tech stuff, and more toys just later, but it's just really that ride that really makes a difference, I feel.
Yeah, and for myself, personally, I'm not a big fan of a fairing. I don't like a windshield. I don't like any of that stuff. I kind of like I like nothing in front of me but a headlight. So for me, it's totally different to get on something like this that is, like you said, it is made for the long haul. If you're taking a long trip, this bike is definitely meant for you here.
Absolutely.
But that being said, I couldn't get over how smooth it was going over some of the roads that I just went down. I took a turn down a road that was under heavy construction, so I mean, it was a mess, but I'm telling you, this thing handled it perfect. A lot of gravel in the road. This thing handled it perfect.
Yeah, well, I had no doubts.
Well, Vince, obviously, if I'm not used to riding with a windshield or fairing or any of that stuff, I certainly don't know how any of this works. I'm not used to having a flat screen TV to watch while I'm going down a road, so I don't know anything about this. Can you explain some of this to me?
Well, this is our 7-inch ride command system. It's a true touch screen, meaning you can pinch and zoom just like you do on your phone. So as it fires up, you'll see a couple little warnings come up. Make sure you're safe when you're riding. These little common things here. So the main heart of the system would be like your nav screen, for example. So it shows where you are, but you can just pinch and zoom however you want. Move the map wherever you want to see.
Wow.
It's very intuitive. You can also use the thumb controls too if you like. But the fun part of the screen is it's got all these different screens you can kind of customize for whatever information you want. If you want to know all your bike stats and you want to have your radio up, or if you want to have your fuel range and direction, and then you go on these maps and there's all these different selections you can make each one of those screens. So there's literally hundreds of different combinations you can do. It just depends on what you want. I mean, it'll tell you your altitude change and a map, an old-fashioned compass, which is what I like. You can go through and have all that, or you can just control your tunes. This particular model's got a 200-watt sound system standard. And the ride command's all standard. It's not an upgrade, it's the way it comes.
Wow. Vince, do you remember the days when we just rode until it started sputtering and then you put you over to reserve?
Well, I still stuck a paper map right here. So yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh,
so
man.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's all that you can do. You can pre-route your trip on your computer and then download it and plug it into your thumb drive.
Of course you can.
And it'll all be there for you.
That is awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty incredible. Now, of course, it's all Bluetooth to your phone and whatever else you want. Headsets, everything's all Bluetooth and for you.
Too cool, man.
Yeah, it's a neat system.
Who knows, maybe one of these weekends I'll come up here and hop on this thing and maybe take it for
an extended trip.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Right on. Well, thank you, Vince.
Yes, sir.